more on the booming stock market, let's bring in former director of the National Economic Council and now Fox Business anchor Larry Kudlow. Great to have you. Hey, this caught my eye this morning. So the New York Stock Exchange president has a headline and an op-ed in the Wall Street Journal saying the New York Stock Exchange isn't moving yet, but there is a proposed tax hike in New York State that could make the actual New York Stock Exchange leave New York along with everybody else. Larry.
Yeah, well, you'd hate to see it. As the author of that op-ed said, the president of the exchange, you'd hate to see it. But if they have to, they will. If you slap a transactions tax or a trading tax, which will increase costs for transactions, you know, just think of ordinary retail investors or hedge funds or banks. That has to be passed along to consumers, to investors. And by the way, it will deter investment. It will make it more expensive. So they will move. They will move to Florida. They will move to Charlotte, North Carolina. There are other venues. They could conceivably move to Chicago. You just don't want to do that. And this is a phony policy idea. It's, you know, I don't know, tax the rich. We hate the stock market. One of the points that is made in that op-ed, which I think is terribly important, the New York Stock Exchange creates a lot of jobs, and the knock-on effects of restaurants and apartments and pharmacies and small businesses create even more jobs.
Of course.
So it's not just the folks who directly work there, it's the knock-on effects. It would be a really bad blow to the New York City economy.
Florida Stock Exchange, Tennessee Stock Exchange, Texas doesn't have the same ring. And I think you would agree, Larry. We want to take you back a year ago this week.
Yeah, but Charlotte,
a year ago this week.
Bill, Charlotte.
I got you. Hang on here.
Charlotte.
So this is Joe Biden talking on NBC. This is what he forecast if he were to win 1 year ago this week.
The ideas I have, Chuck, are big and bold. I mean, this idea that I'm not the progressive in the race. I mean, my Lord, if I get elected president of the United States with my position on health care, my position on global warming, my position on foreign policy, my position on the middle class, this will go down as one of the most progressive administrations in American history.
One of the most progressive in American history. Regulations, immigration, Paris Accord, Keystone. Larry, it's happening.
Yeah, it really is. It's kind of happening faster than I thought, and he is moving more progressive left than I thought. I guess I should have, you know, taken him at face value during that campaign. And what troubles me here is, look, political messaging, Bill, I get this. They want to undo Trump, okay? Trump, unpopular now, I guess, undo Trump. But in undoing Trump, they're undoing some pretty good policies. Forget the man, or whatever you think of him, the policies. So they want to end fracking in 15 years. The minimum wage is back, I guess. It's going to be in the budget reconciliation. That will, you know, the CBO said it'll help a couple million people, but it'll also lose a couple million jobs. That's not what you want. The executive orders on immigration is causing chaos in the border. We have open borders now, no deporting, and that's going to damage jobs along the border, much less other problems associated. So I'm just saying, this hate Trump progressive political reversal stuff is job killing and prosperity killing if it continues and extends out. It's not going to damage us right away, but it'll take its toll. It's not good in my judgment. They're going in the wrong direction here.
It's interesting because he said that a year ago during the primary. Then during the general, he talked about how centrist he was and moderate. But then in practice, we're seeing what we're seeing. Larry Kudlow, thanks, and we're so glad you're aboard.